Say first things first, when it's Kenneth Burr, my company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Since we're not going to be fully converting this room into a dedicated theater room because I am going to be moving to another place, or making preparations to get ready to move to another place, we're going to be converting this room back to its natural color. Probably going to leave the ceiling fan the way it is because it is a pretty color. And I did redesign the ceiling fan. They took pictures of it and sent it. They like it, so I'm going to keep it the way it is. Until then, I can use this room for testing out new technology under the Black Series edition. So we have majority of most of our elements here to start working on all the new products. We did today finally. Later on tonight, I got the last element for the invisible technology. This is going to be a front and rear coating that also too works with customizing and designing your own acoustic screens, used for applications for glass. It's going to have 3 different coatings for glass. One's going to be like a silver, one's going to be like almost a crystal clear, and the other one's going to be the darker technology you're seeing right here. So I got a chance to do a little spray down, not outside, inside the house, and bring it upstairs to get an idea of exactly what I'm going to be working with here. So I need more light, and I need another light bulb in there that can project more light to the screen. So this is going to allow the customers to be able to design their own acoustic screens. It's also, too, like I said, used for mirror applications, 3D mapping applications, and so forth. So I'm just in here just watching this. I need another light up here right now. It's not bright enough in here. And again, with the walls being dark in here, we definitely got to change all that out. So I want to begin the process of putting the room back the way it is. And that way it'll be more lighting here to begin with, to work with the screen. Because it's dark and bright, it's not going to work. So projector is on the opposite side of the screen right now, if you don't notice. I have to have all testing completed on this series before I can leave this place, because that is our main technology we will be using on the next level. And so far, whatever we spray this stuff or paint or roll it on has extremely amazing reaction. All right, let me get another light bulb for up here. We need to be a little bit more brighter in here. please tell me that it can walk off with the remote control. It's something that I'm known for doing. It's walking off with the remote control. Why? I'm going to take the remote control with me. Great. Go downstairs. Gotta track down a lamp. And then I'm taking the remote control literally with me. Why? Why would they do that? Make my look even more harder on myself. Should have set it right here on the chair, knowing I'm going to be back. I got to bring in a masonry drill, and that light has issues. All right, I'm going to put it right here. The room's so dark I can't see anything. That's the thing about the room. Too dark in here for me. All right, so this light doesn't work. All right. I'm going to have to, I think those bulbs are a little bit smaller. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to yank out one of those bulbs. They're smaller than the ones I had. I'll try to get another one that may work in there. So I'm going to have to yank that bulb out and figure out what size it is and then replace it, because we need another light in there. We need as bright in here as possible. And starting with the room is too dark. I literally couldn't see the remote control. It was sitting right there in front of me. I couldn't see it. We got to brighten up the room. All right, so we have a 4,000 lumen projector sitting behind. The reason why it's important to have a very powerful projector sitting this close is because we need to see how much lamp glare we're going to have contact with the screen, which is extremely important when you're doing rear technology. And for those of you who are not familiar with doing tests with rear technology, there's a ton of tests with them, an extremely ton of tests with rear technology. One of them basically involves a ton of ambient light projection tests. We have to make sure that light can transfer to the screen on every level. Fabric, fiberglass, glass itself, whatever we coat it on, there's tons of tests that have to be done. There's different forms of applications for different surfaces. It's quite a lot of tests. So you just can't basically, some people think they can just spray something and they're done. No, there is a ton of tests, which I think some people realize that when we were testing and showing off the Fusion gamer screens, literally how much testing that screen had to go through. So we can basically back it up at the end of the day that the screen can do such and such and so. Now, as I said before, I got to get down to the reality of it all, that a great product, we're not going to see this in the area where we're going to be working at. Offline, we are not going to see great screens, period. We're going to bump into white screens. That's literally what I'm going to be seeing all day long. In business is white screens, white screens, white screens. Every once in a while, we may bump into a certified, or we might bump into a bid, which means they haven't decided where they're going to spend their money. If they're going to go to a certified company or they're going to go to our company. As a matter of fact, I'm going to work on getting my screens certified. I need to work on the next step too. The positions are going to be certified screens, so I need to do that. See what requirements we need to get that technology certified, because we're already going to have the patent pendings or provisional patents underneath the screens, locking them in, making them legit, certified. Not certified, making them legit. And the next step I think I'm going to do is basically work on getting certifications for the screen paint. Because if I'm going to have it at a show, and I'm planning to have it at a show, I do want to have a certified product there. So I was talking to somebody at Projector Central way back. I wonder if they're still working there, and see what I would have to do to actually get certification for the technology. Let me see, I'll get something really quick here. But like I said, when it gets down to the realization of it all, the fact of us bumping into a gray screen out there, it's not going to happen. Most people in business are not going to be painting their screens gray. They're going to go and buy a white projection screen, set it up, get a high-end projector, and that's what they're going to do. And they're going to deal with the fact that the screen's washing out or fading. Chances are they heard of the certified screens. Chances are they're not going to go near them because they are too expensive. That's why. And they have to buy multi-screens for the establishment. So they're going to stay far away from that as possible. Our technology, well, very extremely affordable. Does it require a high-end projector? Require special projectors for ultra short throw, stuff like that. This is where we the advantage point. Outside applications, we can literally dominate every single application with no problem, because black screens produce much better than white screens. And I do like this stereotype is stuck on believing that white screens produce better. This is basically going to make us a good piece of money, because at the end of the day, you're going to have somebody stuck on a white screen until they see our technology, and that is going to be the big game changer for them, which is automatically a sale right from the door. So we already know exactly if the product is going to do extremely well offline. Now, keep in mind, I had people contacting me and saying, okay, you guys are going offline, so we can't buy it online. Yes, you can buy it online. There has to be a web-based platform for the technology, because as I explained how we're going to set it up for the showrooms, people can come in, investors can come in, people from business can come in, and they can see firsthand of the technology on display, whether it be the floor, the ceiling, where we're going to have it at, they'll be able to see it. The beautiful thing about this, there will be kiosk units where they can basically take their cell phones, they can tap and make payments, or they can basically place orders right from there. And that will go to a warehouse where the orders will be processed and shipped out. This makes it so much easier. So we have to have some kind of online base. We will not be making any transactions. We'll be making transactions, but there'll be no money exchanging hands at the stores. The stores will have no cash at all whatsoever. So that makes it virtually impossible to rob the store. Just nothing there. And then having the blessing of having the opportunity to put 250-inch screens in a complex is going to bring us a great deal of publicity. Number one, it's a black screen. That's definitely going to bring publicity. And number two, it's going to look like an OLED TV out there, and they're not going to spend a lot of money for the projector. Now, there's multiple complexes within that area under development. We're going to be in one of the other developments, the ones that are actually finishing off. This is all new developments they're doing over there. And when the screen goes up, of course, if they like the results, and they will, it will show up at the other 6 more developments just like itself. And it's not going to take time for word to get around that there's a black OLED-like projection screen in their establishment, and then the others are going to want the exact same thing too. And this is going to bring us mass contracts. I've already seen this technology, the reaction that people get at 250 inches, it's jaw-dropping. And this will give us enough revenue and capital to be able to push and move where we need to go. Which means I'm going to get certification. I'm going to get me a customized motorized, actually 3 motorized projection screens we want custom built. I'm not going to explain what the other one is, because we don't want to give out too much information on it. But these, so we can explain this again to people at the end of the day who do not know anything about technology. As I know, what I've seen so far, they don't know anything. That do not talk about things at the end of the day, nothing about, because you'll embarrass yourself, and you would badly. You don't know what 67s are. You don't know what they're designed to do. You've never seen testing underneath of them. You know nothing about it. But again, like I said, these are people at the end of the day that are extremely jealous of technology, and as you can see. But when we step into the next level, you won't exist, and chances are, if all things go well with the attorneys and everything else we have to do to get everything taken care of, we'll be tracking down individuals who basically have tried to tarnish our company's name, and we'll be dealing with you in court. We need to get all ends wrapped up. So there'll be no warnings, there'll be no cease and increase words, where they call those things, and there'll be none of that. We'll have somebody come in and track down your IP address to figure out where you're at, where you're located, where you're slandering our videos at, and then we'll have an attorney serve you right at the door. And then we'll bring you into court, and we'll go from there. That's how we're going to do business. It's going to be swift, it's going to be fast, and it's going to be merciless. That's how it has to be done. We need to make a reputation at the end of the day that we are not ones to be played with. So I think after a few people go through the grinder of the court system, then people will get the point across that if you mess with that screen, we'll be at your front door to serve you. It also sends a clear message out to companies too, if they decide to go into one of the showrooms and think they're going to reverse engineer my technology with proper paperwork sitting on top of it, I'll see you in court also. This is coming out quite nice. I still need that light up there. I'm going to get that lamp in there. So this is a beginning stage of the technology to see how much light it can absorb back and forth. As all screens we develop, we actually do a feel out where we can see exactly what we need to do, what needs to be changed, what needs to be worked on. And the screen has to pass several different forms of application. Like I said, we have to do this on plastic and plexiglass. Any form of transparent material, this will have to be coated to, and they'll have to be tested. It means we have to submerge underwater. They literally have to submerge the screen, entire screen underwater, so to see exactly how much damage the screen's going to take. This is screens that will be sitting there for months, sitting submerged underwater. So we can make sure it's not going to crack, it's not going to peel, because we have some of this technology right here we're developing, especially for 3D mapping applications. We want to be able to coat surfaces and submerge them underwater and punch images underwater. We've done that the first time. We got our 3D mapping equipment able to punch images right underwater, and it's a really cool effect. Now this brings us major contracts for aquariums, big, massive contracts, because we can take a screen, submerge it completely underwater, and they can punch an image right through it. See, I learned when I was doing all the testing that if you don't test your products properly, there are certain levels you cannot be on, period. These levels that we're going on, these are not the kind of people at the end of the day that are going to look at that and go, is Pat? No, they're going to put your stuff through some testing. If these people are going to be investing the kind of money, if they're going to be having an investment, we're going to pay $7,000 for the 250 downstairs for display. $7,000 for that screen. And that's much cheaper than the $20,000 they're going to sink into an all white screen. And then they'll consider being a white screen, the image is going to wash out, they're going to spend the money for an crazy expensive projector that's just going to wash the screen out even faster. Our technology doesn't require it. I gotta get the soundbar hooked up to more wire the soundbar. Or I guess I got the equipment now to wire the soundbar right now. So yeah. Bad back here. My speaker cables untangled up. Right. Let's work out the noise. There we go. That was a fight. Sorry about that. Looking for my power cord, all my connectors back here. I'm gonna wire this in. Let's drop that loose. All right, there we go. Why am I always back here? You get the commercials. In my front, no commercials. I'm back there, commercials. Oh, gee whiz Louise. So we're probably, in the long run, because we are going to be, let me check that adapter in the back, probably going to be doing a lot of demonstrations offline, a ton of them. We're doing some demonstrations onto YouTube and some of the platform sites. Let me see what's going on with this to fix this mess. But I'm looking to try to get commercial and radio technology. Screws everywhere on the floor. All right, let's see what's going on with the other line. You are not functioning for some reason. Can we get past commercial? All right, whatever. Whatever. Let me see. All right, this is hooked up to the soundbar. We need a power cord for the soundbar. No, that's up in the power cord. Okay, you get there. Let's see, what the sub's at? Where's the sub is here? Okay. Keep it on YouTube, please. Try that one again.
There's a highway.
4K tropical fish. Oh, great. Well, she's having some problems. She's bouncing between on YouTube.
Isn't it time?
4K tropical fish.
The better it gets.
All right, she's going bonkers. Let me go look at her real quick. He's having some issues.
Let's go! Let's go! What's it, sweetheart? Where are they?
Let's get a reset in because for some reason she's bounced routine out of YouTube and don't know why. So let's get it working. Now, let's see if we can get you to work right. You definitely have a little temper today. All right. Still carrying on. But you have your moment. Still having her moment. And then hold that. $4K tropical fish. This is what I hate about voice recognition software. You're always having some kind of weird issues. Now it brings up the fish. Wow, unbelievable. Technology at its best. Really need to pull that entire piece clean out of there. don't never use it, let's just destroy it. That's what we're gonna do. Let's just wreck it. And pop. Damage already. Man. Now at least get it the other place in one piece. Getting some things situated in here for some testing I'm going to be doing. Popcorn sheet here. Wheels on it. I forgot to bring up this drill. I need the drill. Got to put this one apart. What this man is. Yeah. And let's go get that stuff here. Some of that stuff is trash for the line. Into, we have to get this thing down. Oh, how I missed this one. Hold on, taking care of now. I'm ready for prepping. Next stage. All right, I get some stuff moved around. around because I don't want anything in this room. I want majority of my stuff packed up and ready. So I like to prep. One of those people that when it gets time to move out of a place, I will prep months in advance. Get all the trash, things I don't want, get all that stuff thrown in the trash, take what I want to take, see how much it's going to cost me for the truck. I like to have everything set up so when it's time to go, I can just out the door, out of here. I do not waste time when it's time to go. So today I got trash bags coming in. I got about bagged up everything upstairs in the attic I don't want. That's all going in the trash. The basement's going to be next. Go through the entire basement, figure what I don't want, take all that stuff, throw in the trash. You know who's going to take what when I leave. And then I got the color of what this room used to be, which is the hallway. I'm going to redo the entire room, the floors, and I'm going to put this room back. I showed them pictures of the ceiling fan. They love it. They love how I reconverted the ceiling fan to like more darker. A new fan. I put new shades and everything on it. So they want that to stay the same. So I'm going to cover that up and trim it up real nice when I finish up in here. So usually ain't much got to take at the end of the day. I really didn't accumulate a lot in here. Just basically a lot of technology stuff. But as in furniture stuff, really didn't buy a lot of furniture at all, period. I usually never do if I don't plan to stay long someplace. It's interesting because I really like this place and I thought I was going to be staying here for a little bit longer, but Lord's got other plans, much bigger plans. And as I can see what he was working on, what he was positions where we're being pushed at, where we needed to be at in this area right here it's good for development, but it's not good for exposure. I can only expose the screen but so much here. Everybody down here is like a small sleepy town down here. Where I'm going at right now is going to be more of a mainstream kind of environment, and it's going to allow me to put my technology on the next level. And I figured, I was talking to my sister, financially wise, most people go from an apartment to a house. This is my first apartment. I've never had an apartment a day in my life. I've had all houses. So I'm used to paying higher bills. I'm used to paying more for electricity, more for gas, more for water. I'm used to paying so much more. The place I'm moving at isn't exactly small because I'm coming out at 1,600 square feet, which I'm going to need something a good size, but not too big. In this house right here, I don't use this room. I don't use the room next to me. Taco doesn't even use his room. He's downstairs on the sofa most of the time. So pretty much the whole entire top floor, the only thing I use is the bathroom. The attic is only for storage. So I don't even touch the top floor. Mainly, when I started trying to figure out how much space I need, I only use the kitchen, of course, the deck. I don't even go in the backyard that much because if I go in the backyard, I get eaten alive. You see this white stuff on my arms. That's basically the cream that I put on because my arms are so badly bitten up from going outside from the different bugs that are biting me when I'm out there. So my arms are constantly always burning and I'm scratching all the time because of the bugs and sneezing from the grass and everything, which also too made me consider the fact of if I really going to get a farm or not, because that's going to be 10 times worse. And I don't know if I can handle that. And I sneezed and itchy nose. But anyway, so looking for something a good size. So 12,000 square feet would be a good size for me for an apartment, or maybe 1,400 square feet. I don't want to be in the 1,600 range because literally that's what I'm coming out of. And this place is something else when it comes to cleaning. I literally clean everything in this environment and it's something else. So I'm looking for something like probably around the 12,000 square feet range, which is good. Found some really nice places down there. These new complexes are gorgeous. They have arcades in them. They have movie theaters in them. These things are freaking advanced. Brand new built models. Central air, central heat, free Wi-Fi, which I'm not going to use. I use my own stuff at the end of the day. Got a nice little deck connected to it. Private parking, which I like, which I don't drive anyway at the end of the day. But I might get a motorcycle. I'm not sure yet on that. And one of them had 15 high-inch ceilings. I was like, I like the ceilings, but to heat it, yeah, that's going to cost some money. And I'm trying to keep things where on a somewhat normal level. So the one I liked, and the second one I liked, 9-inch high ceilings And this one's 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,200 square feet, freaking huge, perfect. And I think it has a little bit of an upstairs, which I like about it. So I like the fact that it's still condensing, huge white walls, huge massive windows. That's exactly what I wanted. The giant windows on top of that. So this will be nice for basically putting in the Black Series into that environment. So I figure I'm gonna just go with I want very thin screens in these environments. I want it to look really chic. That's what I'm looking to do. But like I said, at first I thought about the idea of moving to that place, well, moving up there, and then having a lot of family in those parts, which is fantastic, which is nice to be close to the family. But also, too, on top of that, I had no idea that the complexes look like that. I'm thinking, gotta go to a freaking apartment. Are you kidding me? Now, nothing against it, but I'm not used to being in one. I've never been in an apartment a day in my life. On top of that, it's soundproof, which that was the win-win for me right there. I can't hear jack. They can't hear me. I can't hear them, which I thought was pretty cool. So if I'm going to move into an apartment complex, it's going to have to be a luxury complex. And that's what I chose, and that's what I'm going to be getting soon. So went in, they checked my credentials, of course. My credit's good. I was able to get it just like that with no problem. And if not, if my credit wasn't good, I got tons of family that are co-signing me because I have a company and I make good money and they know I can vouch for it. So either way, I got it. So right now, the next stage for me is to get all this technology tested because where I'm going, I am not making paint in that environment. No. I will be getting a separate workshop that I can go to and process my orders. That place is going to be for nothing but show. That's what it's for. That's why I'm getting something designed like that. Oh, man. I do like the fact it takes a while for me to get to the kitchen. I like that. I don't like an area. No, that's just me. That's my preference, what I like. I'm not putting anybody down. But for me, if I can see the kitchen where I'm at from the living room, it ain't going to work. It's not going to work. Done that one already. In the first house I moved to, I'm not doing that one ever again. Just don't like it. I want a distance to be to walk to it. All right, so what we got going on here. So we're making good time. With all of the technology we have, let's see, we have the Eclipse Cinema, which is going to be for dedicated theater rooms. It's going to be designed for home theater setups, the invisible technology and the fusion. So we got 2 more to go and we're finished. A lot of testing though, but we're 2 more to go and we're finished. I saw the gym that they have in there. I'm not using their gym. Are you kidding me? Shoot, I'm bringing my bags in. I got a unit coming in that basically allowed me to hook up my bags, all my equipment. I actually think I got a dojo anywhere down there too, because I'm going back into training. So they got something down there. I'm not doing freaking training with other people at the end of the day. I'm training basically in my certificate. I was training with the Grandmaster. I'm going with another Grandmaster. It's expensive, but that's what I'm going with. My sensei was the Grandmaster when I was being trained with, and I didn't like soft style too much. It wasn't my thing. Wing Chun. I'm not. I mean, to other people it's great, but it wasn't my thing. I like more of a hard style. But I'm going to get myself another Grandmaster. If I can track down my original sensei, maybe I'm able to track down some of his students. They are Grandmasters, they're much older. Maybe I can track down one of those and be trained by one of them. I'd rather prefer to have it that way to pick up where he started from. And I'm gonna bring my bags, my weight equipment, all that stuff in there, and set my own little gym up. I got a nice spot in there to put my own gym in. I'm not bothering with downstairs. I don't have time for that nonsense. People go down to the gym to mingle. I don't get time for mingle. I go to work out, and that's it. That's the end of it. I ain't down here to meet friends. And same thing here in this establishment. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more friendlier. But my main goal is not to live there. My main goal is to set up shop and get the technology on the next level. And then after spending a year there, I can basically make up my mind where I want to go. Because I'm buying a house after that. I'm going to purchase me my house. But that's just to establish my connections, get my cash flow going to a certain level. And then when I'm at that mark where I need to be at, I'm going to buy me a house. And that's pretty much where I'll die. People make it sound like a sad thing. You're going to die. Yeah, we all got to go sometime. Good gracious. My goodness, people don't live forever. Besides, where I'm going, I don't want to be here anyway. I'm good. And I can't really worried about missing worldly possessions at the end of the day. Where I'm going is much better than this place or any other place. I'm excited because you know why? On top of that, I'll be out in the open. I can go to soup kitchens. I can join charities, all kinds of stuff. Oh, I'm definitely gonna do so much with it. Toy drives, all kinds of stuff. What I like about the complex is a building community. So basically, they incorporate their tenants into things that they're doing or designing, and they can get partnerships with basically the establishment. Which is a pretty smart idea, to tell you the truth, extremely smart idea. Now, judging by how well lit the units are, and the units are very, very well lit, my unit's not going to change. You'll see how it's done. When I move into my unit, you will see that the environment's not going to go dark. It's not going to change. It'll be the original lighting that came with the building. We're not trying to blacken the windows. Heck no, I got massive windows and I'm not blocking out that light. That's gorgeous light in the day. And this technology is designed to maintain. And of course, you know, when the building unit comes in to see my screens, because you're not going to be there often, quite often, sometimes from here to there, I don't mind letting them in, letting them see the technology. And they're going to want this technology, like I said, in other parts of the building, because again, they don't have to change the environment to accommodate the screen. There you go. And that's the problem we have with some of these products out here, that you literally have to darken the environment in order to watch the screen. And they're not going to change the entire complex for that nonsense. And keep it the way it is, nice and bright, and you want the screens to be able to react just like a TV. Now we need to lighten up this environment because this darkness is driving me crazy. AK desired nature. See, weird. I think our batteries need to be changed. She's bouncing completely out of YouTube. YouTube.
Here's YouTube.
Look up.
We can find the app for YouTube. We just can't find anything else. That's cool. I gotta remember, we're doing everything backwards because when you do projection, everything is in mirror mode. So how do I know? I don't. I'm just gonna fill it through. Let me see. That's home right there. So that's home. Let's see.
John Fetterman's proud of releasing.
No, we're not good on that. Let's move on. All right, so we had to take out the Wi-Fi for a minute. Oh, it's Christmas. These are going to make nice Christmas displays for storefront windows. Easy to set up. Because instead of painting the glass, just build yourself a nice frame that matches out your window. Or pretty much, you have to have the same size for the screen. But, we have some people that I'm going to be hiring. Person we have that basically sews and stitch material, seamstress, I don't know the name to call them. But anyway, they're going to design customized screens for us with the grommets already built in. This is fantastic for someone who made a storefront window. We can actually measure the window and build a grommet frame that would fit in the window, connect it to the window really easy, and then on top of that attach the material right into that frame and then project a projector right through it. And they don't have to change anything out the window or paint the glass or anything. So these are some of the ideas we're bouncing around in different ways that we can utilize the technology in different ways. Man, I can't wait for summer to be over. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan to a certain degree, but man, that grass out there kills me. We're doing some more demonstrations, and some of the demonstrations will be ended up on the new fan page, where we can actually upload all the more technology to our videos and demonstrations and tests. All the test demonstrations will be displayed there. So we have to use several different surfaces. We're going to be doing glass, we're going to be doing sheets of fiberglass, plexiglass, pretty much anything we get your hands on that has to be transparent to see how it will react. I like the fact that we're getting very little lamp glare from the projector on the other end at 4,000 lumens. This is good.
I would put a nice shit and those, and it's still not enough for the market. But the real ripoff, smoking.
Now I'm going to have to take my floor up downstairs, and I'm going to be recoding that with this technology right here. And that'll give me a chance to test the floor about a month, to walk back and forth to see how much damage it's going to take in. I'm planning to have a floor display in the new place. As for ceiling display, they'll have that. As a matter of fact, I've been sharing it. I have a newsletter, but I've been sharing a lot of my technology back and forth, showing what we work on. And they want a black screen in the arcade room to display all kinds of abstract art. They also want one in the lounge too, also. I think a nice nice contract for us for an aquarium is to be able to advertise screens while they're submerged underwater. You know how beautiful it is to have a fish tank to advertise your company underwater. You can put the aquarium design, get a fish move back and forth. We can turn the floor into water, we can turn the ceiling into water. The whole object of advertising is to bring attraction to your front door. And we could do it for far less for what you would pay for LCD TVs and all that other stuff at the end of the day. So there are so many things that we can do with this technology once we get to that level. We can utilize it in. Music videos, listen to the day. We're gonna have to put an order in for some acoustic screens. Like I said, one of the things you want to have with the technology too is the ability to coat your own acoustic screens. It's very easy to do, very easy application. Pre-coated until we get established may be put on hold. But until then, we'll give you the option to be able to paint it yourself. It's very easy to do. It will come with the surface, so that way you know you don't make a mistake of getting the wrong surface. It will come with the surface. What's this right here? This is a tutorial. Oh, that's cool. This is the person you would pay to do this kind of work, to actually put the advertising on your glass, a screen like this, or straight on the glass. That's cool. What if we can make, oh, I know how to make them interactive. We learned that, how to make a screen interactive by basically talking to somebody in Australia. And they were sharing with us information on how to make a full interactive and touch display. It's pretty cool. It's a very interesting way of doing it. What do you have here? Hold on, let me see. Oh, yeah, right there. Text display.
To send and receive messages, first register in your left.
Pictures of text display.
Here's what I found online.
All right. I need to put the reverses. Advertising the thing, I need to reverse it. So I can see on this side. So, you know, that's let's see. Really? Let's see. It's not going to be here. Screen, menu, startup screen. Source is kind of in that one. And we're pushing it over screen, testing 10 position, not going to be there either. Picture, not going to be there either. Presentation 1922 panel. set up shipping in here. Normal. Execution auto. Perfect fit execution. No, it's not going to be definitely an volume screen. This is where it should be a screen. Execute message. Positioning menu. That's not going to get right there. How far does this go over? To what? Alright, that's a test bed. That's not really there. Options. Options. I'm going to show you the lamp filter. My lamp's doing pretty good. Okay. Source skip one. That's not there. Direction power off. Auto power show the timer. That's not either. I'm pretty sure we're done there. It's definitely another network. It's not going to be in security, and it's not going to be an easy link. What is the reverse for this thing? Presentation, have ready default again. It's not there. Let me see. Image this kind of decommissioning is not definitely it. 22. Definitely there. Input resolution format, video format, frame format, frame lock, Does projector even have it? Shut up. Let me see. No, wait, no, standby. No. Monitor else. No, that's not going to be this whole keystone. It's not going to version upside down, so it has to be over the audio. Screen. Start up original. My screen, my screen off. It has to be in here. It really has to be in here. Let me see. What is original startup? My screen off. Oh no, that's original. Alright. That's not it right there. That's test pattern, that's closed caption, it's nothing there. Options. Source filter, I'm going to show you everything like that one yet. See if there's any extra here. Nope. It definitely has a network or easy menus on any of those. Let me see. Installments. There we go. I couldn't figure out where he was at. Alright, we got front, desk, has to be front, that's rear. That's what it has to be. Let me see. Man, the one thing you gotta get used to when it comes to the venue projectors, yeah, this would be it. Venue projectors have so much in the menu you get to figure it out, and everything doesn't say exactly what you want it to say. You kinda gotta figure out which one it says. Alright, so that's what we want right there. Oops, nope, no, we don't want that. We don't want that, no. Alright, so let's see the rest of what we need. I'll this side of this. There we go. Now I can read it better on this side. So you kind of second guess what we are doing. That's better. No, if we can just get her to act right, we'll be good. Oh, local displays. Local intros. Two. Anything else more exciting? Let's try it again. This should work, right? Thank goodness. Out of space screensavers. That's the part that's getting me. She's not saying getting that from YouTube at all. She's really not saying that at all. Alexa, 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 what is wrong with you at the time? Why can I never get your work right sometimes? Well, you actually are asking what getting what I want, but outer space screensavers. She should be saying getting that from YouTube, literally. Let's see what's wrong with it. Take her battery pack off of it. Let's see what's going on here. She's acting out big time. Outer space screensavers. We may have to replace it with a new one. This one's probably, they don't last that long, to tell you honestly. We'll put new batteries and see what's going on with it, but she's not responding back at all, period, so it could be battery issues. Yeah, so the response. Outer space screensavers. Yeah, definitely not responding right. All right, what we got right here. That's what we'll have to do. And then I'll go downstairs and do some batteries later on and we'll fix her. The batteries don't work, we'll replace it with another fire stick, which is a shame because we just got this fire stick. Oh wait, did they have that? No, it'd be nice. Let's see if they had that one. Be nice. They don't have one there. What are we at for time? Oh, we're a little bit over in time. Oh, definitely do the jazz. Now, I changed the lights out because we got one light over top. Two lights, we have one light over top going this way. We don't need the light going in that direction. We need to come here. So I switched them out over on this side so we have more light coming this way. So we don't need any light going on the other side. We don't need it. We're on the opposite side of the screen. So we put two main lights here and here to actually add more light to the environment, which we need desperately. Because it's driving me crazy for me not to have enough light making much contact with the screen. And I need to grab my charger. Man, we ran out of battery power so quick. I had a full charge when I came upstairs, and now we don't even have it. Let me go grab my charger. Now, before we start getting ready to coat the 120-inch screen with the new, we have a new technology, actually there's several for the Black Series, but we have a new technology called the Eclipse Cinema. Before we paint that one, we had to do a ton of gaming demonstrations for the Fusion. So I'm going to be running gaming outside, inside, RetroPie, all that stuff, everything. I'm going to be running it back and forth on the system because we need plenty of videos with gaming demonstrations on the screen. We did enough demonstrations on showing you can use for other applications, but we need a lot on gaming. So I'm going to do a lot of gaming in the next couple of days for inside, outside, ultra short throw displays, everything, even little Pico projector setups, everything. So we can have enough information to put onto the site. Once we completed that, then we're going to go in and recoat the screen with the new, I can't remember the name of it. I'm going to do so many of these. We're doing 5 of them. I want to make sure I remember the name, the Eclipse Cinema. So we'll be doing that one next for that setup. And then with this one being the invisible technology, this is going to be coated on everything we can think of: glass, plexiglass, all different forms of plastic, fiberglass, inside, outside, ultra short throw, long throw, mini projectors, the whole 9 yards, everything. So we have enough test demonstrations on that to back it up. Right now, this is the invisible technology we're testing right now. I've already ordered several sheets of plexiglass already for test. fantastic for also for private areas on the courtroom. They're going to have movie showings. This is going to be fantastic for it. And we have to do an ultra short. I forgot to bring the ultra short throw up. I got to bring the ultra short throw up for some testing also. This is going to be fantastic for Halloween and Christmas displays. I think my allergies got worse since I've been here. When I first came, I didn't have any of these problems at all, but my allergies literally got worse since I've been here. Which means this stream is now no longer existing because I can't be around grass. I go off like crazy, and I don't know what triggered it, but something did. Some people say, well, why don't you take allergy medicine? It's not that easy. I'm already on medication as it is. I get complications that pop up, so it doesn't go so well. I can't take anything for it. I have to ride it out. For some people it may work well, but to me it doesn't. It has very bad side effects to me for me. So I have to ride it out. I do want to get about 4 or 5 demonstrations up to 250 before we bring it down, because I have to get ready for that to pull the spikes out. Get ready. Tell you one thing, the new setup is going to be good for me. And another reason why, because being around a lot of family, my family likes to go out a lot. Well, I'm not a big fan of going out all the time, but knowing them, they'll be taking me to other places. We're talking about going to an authentic, actually, they want to take me to Jamaica. I told you I got family members from different countries and stuff, and he's going, or her husband's going to Jamaica. So they asked me if I wanted to go, and I was like, sure, why not? So I'm going to Jamaica. They do a lot of traveling. Of course, they're going to be doing resorts. I'm doing 5 stars. That's just me. Always do 5 stars. If I can bring taco. If I can, I'm going to put taco up in a hotel. I don't play around when it comes to my pets. Luxury hotel, that's where he's going to be at. Where I get constant surveillance of him 24/7. I don't care about the cost. Anybody in my place to begin with. I don't want them in there, and I can put them in a luxury hotel, something private for himself. This man, I tell you, if they mess up on my cat, at the end of the day, I'm going to sue the crap out of them, and it's not going to be pretty. Do not play around when it comes to my pets. This is beautiful. I love this. See, that's what I can never understand. I never can find these particular displays that I need desperately for the ceiling. Which one is this? All right, when the video goes off, I'm taking a picture of that. I'm gonna put this on the ceiling. This would be beautiful for the ceiling. Definitely going to be coming back to this. I'm happy with the first results of the technology. It looks absolutely fantastic. Projector set up. Screen's washed down this side, of course, so this projector white. Turn my sound bar off. We don't need it on. There we go. So taking stuff right and drag stuff out of the attic tonight to bring downstairs to throw out in the trash. And the good thing with the downstairs, I ain't got to do much. Because the downstairs, pretty much, ceiling, turn that into white. These walls are already the same color. You just got to do a touch-up job in here and a touch-up job in the kitchen. And that's it. Let me see. Doing game over here. Show we got running in the projector. Now it's interesting, this place comes with, this has 3 bedrooms, but I only use one of them. This has 2 master bedrooms. The bedrooms are huge. 2 master bedrooms, 2 baths. Probably never want to use the other bathroom, ever. I don't know what I would use it for. As for the bedroom, one's going to be turned into my office, the other one's going to be turned into, I don't know, an art studio, a new artwork I'm working on. Not sleeping in there. I'm just not used to it. I've never been sleeping in bedrooms. I'm just not. I'm getting one of those great big, huge, massive sofas or sections with the huge, massive cushions, and I'm going to go down and pick up. I heard there's a place over there, Amish country, little Amish country out there. I'm going out there to do some shopping. I love shopping from the Amish. They make some beautiful stuff. Their furniture, gorgeous. But those hand quilts that they make, I'm getting myself one of those great big, huge plush quilts. Yeah, dress it up a bit. So we got the ceiling running the RetroPie right now. Is that cool or what? So I can game off my ceiling right now if I want to. This is the displays that they want set up in their environments. So we got one paint job to do on the ceiling. We have to paint it with a black, we're gonna paint it with the theater edition of the black series. We have to paint the ceiling because I need these displays right here for advertisement for the company. Let's see if I can get a plug in here over here. My battery's done on my charge. Let's see what we got going on over here. Something over here for Mr. Bird. There we go. This is what they want in their arcade. All right, well, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Gotta go, and God bless.